Associates is doing some incredible stuff there. So, ladies and gentlemen, Rob Zerba.
Thank you. Again, as Ken said, I'm Rob Zerba with Associates Associates International. Before you slip there, we just changed our name in November. How many of you have used QR codes or personalized URLs? Wow, that's pretty good. Have they been successful?
Not clearly.
Well,
Okay.
well, I've always been underwhelmed with it, but if you, for example, with Pearls, it still pulls 3 to 5% with some of the B2B stuff that I've done. I always want it to be, massively more than that, and there are case studies that, people use it, but with those particular products, I was pleased with it, and the product specialists and business leaders were pleased with it.
Okay. It's a good point, pulling in 3 to 5%, but if you're doing other direct mail campaigns and you're pulling in less than 0.5%, 3 to 5% is not really that bad. But again, it does vary based on vertical markets. So that's a good point, John. Just tell you a little bit about Associates International and why I'm here today and why I'm going to talk about this a little bit. As Ed Dwornik can testify to this, our industries have changed dramatically, and just like anybody else in this room, if you're not constantly improving yourself and getting better, you're just going to close shop. And basically in 1997, we realized this, and we were probably one of the first places in Delaware to have digital equipment and start to do personalized variable data printing and things like that. And today we're recognized as a print service provider or a market service provider. What exactly is that? Well, our core business is still print, but we do a lot of multi-channel campaigns. And no matter what type of marketing you might be doing for your business, whether it's emails, whether it's direct mail, whether it's social media, what have you, none of that is going to be as effective as if you use a combination of most of those. Because as we look at this room today, do all of us like to respond the exact same way to certain offers? Do we all have the same interests? No. So, if I'm going to send out a direct mail piece, for example, are more people going to open a self-mailer, a postcard or whatever, or are they going to open something that's in an envelope? Are they going to respond to email? So that's what we're going to talk a little bit about today. We were founded in 1973, and again, besides print, we do get into QR codes, personalized URLs, email blasts, a number of different things. Are we good at it? Well, we hope so. We've won a lot of awards for our clients. And a lot of these awards are not necessarily for print quality. A lot of these awards are basically for taking an existing marketing campaign and adding the tools or the bling or the flash, whatever you want to call it, to make these campaigns even more successful. We are not a marketing and communications firm like Aloysius Butler and Clark or some other ones that are out there. We actually help them and their clients with some of these tools. Okay, so we don't come in and put together a marketing plan for your company. That's not what we do. But as you can see, there have been a lot of things that we've done, that have won awards for us. And for the past 4 years, we have been listed in Printing Impressions magazine as one of the top 400 printers in the U.S. and Canada. If you look up there, you'll see that I think the third one down for the Hermes Creative Award. We won an award last year for Barclaycard. And their marketing department basically came to us with a few ideas and wanted us to enhance what they were doing. And they knew through other relationships and other things that we've done what our capabilities were. And they had an affinity card that they just took over from another credit card institution, and they needed to roll it out to the masses. Okay, that they were now taking over this affinity card. We did a lot of direct mail that was personalized and targeted to these people, and it drove them to personalized URLs. It drove them to personal landing sites. Drove them to a lot of different electronic media. And again, as I mentioned earlier, if you look at credit card institutions, they do a lot of direct mail. Does anybody know what their response rate is for their direct mail historically?
It's less than one.
It's actually, yeah, it's less than 0.5%. Okay? Barclay card job that we did, response rate was over 13.5%. Now, if you're used to getting less than 0.5%, you're getting almost 14%, that's huge. That's huge. And a lot of people think that when you're doing variable data and targeted mailings, your quantities have to be small. Well, there were 4 different pieces that we did for them, and each piece was over 500,000 print run. So they invested a lot of money, but to get almost a 14% response rate was huge for them. So again, here's my contact information. If you want to jot it down that way, or you can scan my QR code and it will take my contact information and put it right into your phone. Now it's interesting, what is a QR code? Well, again, it's the small black and white scannable squares. It's a 2D barcode. And basically, again, I'm not going to get into this a lot, but with the proliferation of smartphones, more and more companies are taking note and embracing this QR code, the way to engage with customers. And Ken, just to update what you said, according to Nielsen, 51% of Americans will own smartphones this year. QR codes stands for quick response, excuse me. So, in case people were wondering what QR stood for. Now, question. It's fairly new technology, right? Because we're just starting to hear about it. Can anybody tell me when how long QR codes have been around? Any ideas?
2 years, say 10 years maybe.
10 years?
10 years at least.
Okay. Good answer. Anybody else? According to Wikipedia, they've been around since 1997, and most of us don't know what they are and how to use them. It's amazing how far behind in technology we really are sometimes. And even though we're learning about it today, it's going to change tomorrow.